Today, we're going to poke some holes in a local high-ticket e-commerce business. This specific business is called Quiet Cabins. Quiet Cabins is a soundproof cabin dealer here in Canada. So if you're in a very busy office and you need a quiet space, you would go to a Quiet Cabin. So the price range for Quiet Cabins range anywhere from $7,000 up above and beyond $10,000, which is not a small ticket item. Definitely requires a lot of education, trust, and authority. And these are all areas right now where the existing presence is lacking. So we're going to dive into Quiet Cabins today. Okay, so the site we're looking at here is called Quiet Cabins, and the website is quietcabins.ca. So I will go over the site, the presence, and to poke some holes and see some opportunities on where the business can present themselves better online. Starting just with the website, I think a stronger call to action is definitely something that's needed. When you look at the site, there's not really a call to action that shouts out to you. And even when you look on mobile, you see welcome to Quiet Cabins, welcome to Quiet Cabins. What is Quiet Cabins? How is Quiet Cabins going to help me in my journey for finding or creating a quiet space in my office, which is the pain point that Quiet Cabin solves, is having, it's a product that basically has pods that are built in an office to be soundproof. Okay. So right away, having a stronger call to action where I can get the answer to what I want right away, especially if you're running any sort of social media ads. The social media ad itself is selling it and directing somebody to that action you want them to take. You want to make that journey from seeing an ad to becoming a lead as frictionless as possible. And in this case here, if we're driving traffic to this page, there's a lot going on here. It's not giving me exactly what I want. Specifically speaking, to this right-hand side here, you see a little chat bot here. Chat with us. Hi, message us with any questions. We're happy to help. It's not very sexy. I think it can be much more appealing. I think that a product such as Chatello could really help engage conversations for Quiet Cabins. Having an AI agent, having humanistic conversations with the client, because I might come here, I might have very specific needs for a quiet space in my office, and if I can explain those needs to the AI agent, it can give me really good responses and maybe give me some ideas, as opposed to just a generic robot chat here, which is really just trying to get me to the point of a quote. I might as well hit the contact us button. Right? Okay. And it does make it look a little busy. One thing to also keep in mind here is I mean, you have the products here, which is great, but even the descriptions are not very detailed. It would help if we had some bigger descriptions, maybe talk a little bit about the dimensions as well, which is something I don't see here. And even just talking about search engine optimization, the content here is not very thorough. I would take it another level for each of these products and have much more descriptive text areas or copy to be able to really fit the bill when it comes to being found through a Google search. Okay, again, going to the contact us page, you have a button here that's not clickable. You want to have that click to call. You want to make it as frictionless and easy as possible for a lead to become a lead. Contact form, very simple. That's good. Name, email, phone number, comment. You can probably just get rid of the comment section entirely. More fields, less leads, higher lead cost. Okay, now moving on over to the social presence. Obviously, this is a new business that just started out. If it's not a new business, they just created their Facebook page because the Facebook page was created in December 2024. They only have 2 likes at this point. Obviously, you want to build up a bit of social proof. If I'm somebody thinking about buying a cabin for $7,000 to $10,000, I'd need a little more social proof than just 2 likes. So you can run a like campaign at a very affordable cost, spend maybe $50 to $100 and at least get 3-digit likes in there. Okay, so you have a bit of credibility for the product. All right. Now, one thing I also noticed is some of the content on the Facebook page, you see here, they have this content. The branding is way off. You got to keep the branding consistent to what's being seen on the website. And as you can see here, none of the text matches the text that you see in those social media posts. So we want to keep branding very consistent. Using or referencing some sort of a brand guide, that's the holy grail for every piece of content that goes out there, is recommended. Going back to the social media. Now, these are organic posts. You don't expect to close a lot of deals through the organic posts. posts. But I mean, what strikes me right now as a big issue here is where you look at the call to action on the Facebook page. It says start order. Okay, we're talking about starting an order and it's got like a knife and a fork. Quiet cabins. Am I eating a quiet cabin? So it's something that you might be wondering, start order. What does that even mean? Am I eating a meal in a quiet cabin? What is this? So being a little more clear, even having maybe a little bit of a description in the cover photo about what a quiet cabin is, I think is very important. People's attention spans are so short, you literally have seconds to capture their attention. And the minute somebody needs to think an extra second about something, you're going to lose them. So make it as clear as possible. Going over to the actual paid ad, there's one ad running for this company right now, and you see here it's just one lonely ad. It's a carousel. I don't mind a carousel. Carousels are great, but you want to be able to create multiple creatives because essentially you're always testing. You need to be testing with meta ads because meta is going to always choose one ad over another. And if you're only serving one ad, you're not really giving the advertising on meta a fair shake. You want to be able to allow the algorithm to find the best creative that matches your audience best. Also, hashtags on Meta, it's killing me. Get rid of the hashtags. They're not doing anything for you. And this is starting to roll out on a lot of other platforms as well, where hashtags are just redundant. You don't need them. And in this case here, you definitely don't need them. The copy in this ad says, we do great deals and deliveries anywhere across Ontario. That's great. What the heck is a quiet cabin? All right, so maybe a little more context around the pain point that the quiet cabin is solving, I think is very important. I think it's an excellent product. I think it's fantastic. I would get it in my office, but I'm not being sold this right now. You're not talking to me or my pain point. I think quiet cabins could definitely benefit from is some creative around the pain point. Maybe somebody at their phone that's a very loud phone talker talking in a very busy office, and he's yelling, screaming into the phone, and you got a ton of people in the office staring at that person and then picking them up and magically putting them into a quiet cabin where nobody can hear them, right? Something that's like that, that's eye-catching, but also follows a bit of a journey and a story for the user. And again, touching on the pain point. You really need to drive that home, especially on platforms like Meta, where the retention of a user on your content is very short. So you want to try to get them to stop from scrolling and take that action you want them to take. There are a lot of holes that I was able to poke here with quiet cabins. I think there's a lot of opportunity because the product looks fantastic. I just think the marketing at this point is rough around the edges and allows a lot of room for improvement. Hope this helps. See you soon.